So you've been in ministry at nursing homes for 35 years. Tell me how that's got started.
Actually, it started with the prayers of a very Christian grandmother praying for us children. And then we were anointed with music. And then one day I decided to take a smile and music into the nursing home. That's how you approach a nursing home. You first approach it with a smile. And usually with a smile you can open people up and they begin to converse with you. The other factor is music. Music is a powerful thing in the nursing homes. You start an old hymn like In the Garden and people will join in and start singing. The ministry has had different occasions to go many different ways in the past, but I've always found that that's my roots. That's where I really feel the joy and the inspiration of God is in nursing homes.
So tell me what a normal encounter would be when you first walk into the nursing home and what happens.
First thing you do is take the instrument out, strap it over your shoulder, and then you start down the hallway and you play a familiar tune or something. And the way you approach the residency is you knock on the door. But usually I can tell if a person's going to be inviting, if they're going to let me into their world for a little bit, by if they're tapping their toes or not. And so that gives me a signal that people are welcoming that. And when you play the guitar and you sing in nursing homes, the music, it carries down the hallways. It goes into the room, it goes before you, it prepares the way before you. There's been some interesting things in the nursing home ministry. There's not much funding for it, so you have to really trust in God to supply the need. But He always has, and it's His business. I'm in business for Him. So I believe He'll continue to supply the need, even in this troubled times.
How many nursing homes do you typically visit in a week?
In a week, we will visit over maybe 20 homes in a certain week. And that's including my associate Rick Elkins' ministry. Right now we're covering 60 nursing homes a month. At the peak of David McAbee Ministries, we were covering 81 facilities a month.
So now the facility people that run it, the administrators, are they resistant to you coming in, or are they glad to see you?
No, they're certainly glad for the world to come in to visit their people, because their world is closed off, and we're the ones who bring the world into them and share with them what's going on outside the doors of nursing homes. I know there's a desperate need right now because of this virus and because of them being shut in. There's a desperate need for people to be there.
And so as you go into, say, nursing home A, you'll see a lot of the same people, correct?
Yes,
And you'll have a relationship with them?
They become your grandmothers and grandfathers in many different ways. They become your family. You get used to their quirks as far as the funny things that happen funny things do happen in nursing homes. And that's one of the pleasures of seeing the laughter, the interaction with people. I've done it for 35 years. I wouldn't stop. It's part of my life. It's part of my heart. It's part of existence itself, in a way.
So obviously you're seeing people that are getting closer and closer to death. How do you know when it's a good time to ask them to receive the Lord?
I had a good friend named Elizabeth. I came into the home and the activity director stopped me and said, "Could you go visit Elizabeth? She's getting ready to leave this world." So I went down to her room. One of her favorite songs was In the Garden. She had a nephew and his wife sitting there, and I went over to her and I sung her that beautiful song, In the Garden. And then I whispered in her ear and I said, "Elizabeth, it's okay to go." And then I left the room. 2 weeks later, I came back into the home and activity director asked me, said, "Did you hear what happened, David?" I said, "No, what is that?" She said, "As you left the room," and it was a very cloudy day, overcast, "as you left the room, a light came through a window, came into the room, lit it up, and then it departed, and she breathed her last breath." So it's a beautiful experience to encourage people toward heaven. And I think the music speaks for itself. The old hymns speak for themselves. I was drawn to the Lord by old hymns. How great thou art in the garden, blessed assurance. This is a product that we bring to them. And when we bring it to them, they come alive and they get energetic. And fun things happen in the nursing home.
So what would you say to someone who's considering getting into nursing home ministry in terms of encouraging them?
I would say, first of all, you have to realize that the world of a nursing home is sort of like the outside world also. You have your nurses, your doctors, your CNAs. And most of these people are called to the nursing home. They service the people there because of that. So ask God first, is this my calling to go in and visit the people in nursing homes? Because that's where I found my identity, my calling, was to the elderly, to nursing home settings. And that's what I followed. So you can judge this by just simply going in, taking something in with you that you can offer them, maybe offer them a card of encouragement, maybe speak to them about their life, encourage them to be drawn out and speak about their lives, and see if it makes you feel comfortable, see if it makes you feel good about it. At first it may be uncomfortable, but if you engage people, people usually will respond. So what you do is you get up in the morning, put on some lively clothes, put your smile on your face, and go into the nursing home and knock on the door. Ask them if you can visit someone. You can come in there. You can do different things with people. Bring in puzzles, anything. Whatever your talent, whatever your ability to do, that's what you do. And that's what nursing home visitation is all about. It's really no different than visiting your uncle, your aunt, or your grandparents. Don't hold back. Get in there and get busy. You'll find a place of awesome entertainment, awesome joy, and you'll be serving people. And that's what Christ has called us to do, is to serve people.